Before we continue, I just want to thank Clara Herrera and Beverly Zara for that fine presentation. And of course, the Gifted and Talented program and the advisors. I think that was very, very, very informative, and thank you very much for that wonderful PowerPoint presentation. Thank you to both of you and the Gifted and Talented individuals. Thank you. No, I have nothing else.
At this time, we'll open the floor for public comment in accordance with West New York Board of Education Bylaw 0167. Public participation in board meetings adopted April 22nd, 2009. Each participant shall be limited to 3 minutes duration. Is there anyone who wishes to address the board? Please approach the microphone and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne Cook, 6131 Jackson Street. How you doing? Listen, great job on the building, Ms. Herrera, Lazaro. Maybe we should all learn from that. Because if you remember, when the previous administration was here, what happened when Mayor Roque took over? There was almost a riot here, correct? Mr. Vander? Bottle was thrown, paper was thrown, there was no control. Was that bullying, yes or no? Nobody can ask me, right? Because I am correct. I know nobody was sitting here that the one appointee by the former administration. I know Mr. Costa was here, part of the people bullying. So maybe we should learn from the kids as adults. We should watch that film more often. Because what you did back then, the Roque administration, was disgusting and shameful. Now, my understanding is going to be many changes tonight instead. We also go lose a great director of human resources, a fine gentleman and a hard-working man in Mr. Pacon guy, which I think is wrong in my opinion. Then I heard there's a vice principal transfer. A person that lived in the town for many, many years. The family lived in town. I hope her transfer don't have nothing to do with politics. Because I know there was an event going on in town a week or so ago. And that person attended that event. Now she's being transferred. So in politics as usual, Mr. Acosta, appointed by Mayor Roque, along with several board members here, except the great one on my right-hand side from the waterfront. And the thing, politics continue. Are we learning anything from that 23-page report and the bully reports? I don't think so. I just think overall the whole board should resign. And it would be the best benefits of the people of West York and the children of West York. Thank you.
Very well said, sir.
Good evening, board members. My name is Walter Ferranda. I live at 26A 64th Street, West New York. Been there for 50 years. My daughter is a student at Memorial High School. She failed the class, and now she has to take a test over the internet, which costs $175. Why? Why do I have to pay $175 for my daughter to take a course? I don't have $175. You're telling me I have to pay $175, so I paid $175 and you pass her? Where's the money from all this education going? Where's the money from the lottery? Why do I have to pay money? This is ridiculous. This is absurd. I can't afford this. That's an electric bill for me. There has to be some answers, or something has to get done. That's all I have to say. It's very frustrating. $175, that's a lot of money now. My taxes are high. I can barely afford my house. It's not right. Not only that, there's a lot of kids fail in these classes. And a lot of teachers, a lot of parents have to pay this money. Where's this money? Where's the money going? Where's the $175 going? Is it going in somebody's pocket? Is the teacher failing kids so he can get the money? Is he getting kickbacks on failing? This is ridiculous. This is absurd. It's unacceptable. And I want answers.
I can answer some of those questions. First of all, I want to address Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook, as superintendent of schools, I recommend all appointments, transfers, firings, etc. And none of my moves are any way politically motivated. Second of all, we do not budget for a summer school. This is a privilege that is given to the students to be able to make up any lost credits. A lot of districts do not provide this. In the past, when St. Joseph's was open, they would charge their kids much more than $100 some odd, over $300 some odd to make up a course, but that no longer is St. Joe's there. This is an option that we give to our students who maybe need to recover programs. If we had a budget, again, to have a summer school, I would absolutely try to convince the board to do it, but we're not budgeted for something like that. All our funding comes from the state of New Jersey. You must understand that. This is an opportunity. I know it's a little exorbitant, but what took place at St. Joe's when they were open, they would charge children way over that amount to recover programs. And that money went to the St. Joseph's Church.
Okay, I don't know where you get your facts from, but I don't know if any money that was charged from St. I went to St. Joseph's. My whole family went to St. I went to some school. We were never charged.
Well, I'm telling you, they charge, sir.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that? I could get you proof.
I want to see the proof.
Because they charged the students that went to summer school. I don't know about the students that went to St. Joe's, but Memorial High School was charged. I was a teacher there. I taught summer school. The students that came from Memorial High School and from surrounding districts, they came from Hackensack, Englewood, were charged to attend that school.
I want to see some proof on that.
You want to go see, you go up to St. Joseph's, the parish, and then get you all the proof you want.
Okay. So now I still have to pay that money for this internet course? What's to prevent someone else from taking that course for these kids? You're trusting my daughter to take this internet course over the internet. Someone else can take the course for her and pass. She's still not going to learn. This is absurd. You're telling her to sit in front of her. I can pay some other kid to take the course for her. She's not going to school. She's not going into the class and learning. She's doing it over the internet. And then you say you come in on Thursdays and there's a teacher there 2 hours every Thursday to help her. What if she can't go on Thursdays? 2 hours for her to go and... Who made this up? What? I don't understand.
It's a state-approved curriculum course. It's a state of New Jersey Department of Education approved course. If you have any further questions, you can take it up with the principal and the director of guidance that overlooks this program.
I will. Thank you.
Because I'll tell you, I have parents lie down their door that want to go to this program. It's not open to the elementary.
Mr. Fanta, I'd like to answer your statement, if I may. You're correct in your statement.
If you would, sir, please approach the microphone.
Only out of respect,
Thank you.
because this is a service. Mr. Fanta, I have utmost respect for you. You do the right thing, but you always do not have the board behind you. And I'm not wrong in that assumption. Right? Correct? You made a recommendation for a person to be the principal at number 2 school. I'm not going to mention no names because I don't want to balance anybody. You made that recommendation, the board knocked it down, correct? You can't answer that because I am right. I respect, I'm not going to continue, but I am right.
Thank you, Mr. Cook.
All right? So that's what I'm talking about. I have utmost respect for you. You do the correct thing. The people sitting on the board have set one. You and the other board members do a great job to my right. You guys do a great job. The rest are not here. They're here for political reasons. Thank you.
Janice Dorvich. I see here that you're going to have an increase of legal fees, and yet you're taking away field trips, you're rescinding field trips for schools. I know there might be 2 different line items, but why are we getting the increase of legal fees? Is that because all the transfers that are being done, that's not right?
Well, the legal fees is something that the board attorneys have to answer, but as far as transfers have nothing to do with legal fees, and the athletic program trips are not being canceled.
Okay, well, about this increase in legal fees, you did read the report from the state about the legal fees in West New York? Anybody? Well, you should. The comptroller?
I have seen the
Not us.
report.
Okay, well, this has the same thing to do. We can all sit here and say it's not politics, but we know it is, all right? You can say that the
Ma'am,
money,
ma'am.
excuse me, let me finish my statement and you can say whatever you'd like, okay?
But
Thank you.
was the question directed at me, or are you making a statement?
I'm making a statement
Okay,
about the
then
lawyer
make it-
fees.
then make
I
it-
want to know.
Well, I'm the attorney, so
Okay, what do
I'm
you-
happy to address your question if you'd like me to.
Then, yes, I'd like to know what it is.
With respect to the controls report, which I have seen, all right, that had nothing to do with West New York Board of Education fees. That was West New York municipal fees, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Secondly,
And we all know this. Okay, go ahead.
okay. Secondly, with respect to the fees here in West New York, with respect to the Board of Education, all right, there was an OFAC report. There have been multiple lawsuits that we've had to address. A new lawsuit just recently was filed, okay? So our firm, all right, has been dedicated to a number of different matters that it has had to undertake to defend this board. I think we've done an
Okay.
excellent job to the best of our ability. If there's anything that you want to discuss further beyond that, I'm happy to, step down after the board meeting if you'd like,
Well, I'd like
and
to.
discuss it with you directly. 'Cause
No, I understand that.
Well, hold on one second,
Go ahead.
because it's something that's important to me.
Yes.
Okay, our reputation is at stake, all right, and it's of the utmost importance, in my view, to assure you that we work very hard for every single dollar.
Fine. You work for the board, which means you're handling the lawsuits for the teachers being fired and suspended and jumped over.
For everything,
majority.
for everything that occurs
Okay.
in the district.
And that was done because of politics. We all know that. We say, no,
we
although
don't-
we
we don't
know
know
it.
that.
Okay,
We
please
don't
stop
know that.
playing. We're gonna, this is a
No
school
one's
board
playing.
meeting.
No one is
Okay?
playing.
Yes, you are.
No one is
These
playing. I have no
teachers,
idea what you're talking
the
about.
teachers were fired and removed and transferred over politics. And you are Mr. Gil Garcia. They fired them. They're getting sued. You're taking care of the board. When these teachers should all be reinstated and everything should be put back right instead of you going to court and fighting all of this, okay? So do what's right by the teachers. I understand the board.
Ma'am, I don't represent the teachers, I
I know
represent
that.
the board.
But they were transferred raw. They were given...
That is your opinion.
No, it isn't. The OVAC report, excuse me, Ms. Herrera. How did she become the superintendent over teachers that had tenure? How did you try to give her tenure? That has to be part
have
of the
no idea-
lawsuits.
Be careful when you use the word you. I didn't give anyone tenure. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, but that's what you're defending for the board. Thank you. So, we all know
Ma'am,
it's
I think
politics. I'm
you
going
don't-
to ask you
you
all,
do not
please,
have-
to work together.
You do not have
for
your
the
facts.
children.
Ma'am.
Okay? This is ridiculous.
Ma'am.
He's going to get
I-
an increase.
ma'am.
And the rest...
I am- hold
No,
on.
you're a lawyer.
Hold on.
okay?
I'm going to respond to all of these allegations. You're going to let me speak.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I am more than happy, if you want to spend some time afterwards, I am more than happy to sit down and discuss this with you. All right? But please, all right, you're the one that's hurling accusations, and you're not letting me respond.
I'd like you to respond to the public, not to me on the
I
side.
did.
Okay, well then, I don't need to talk.
But every time I try and respond, you're telling me that you don't want me to speak.
Because I would like you to tell the truth.
I'm sorry. Enough.
But anyway, like I said to the board, please, this has to stop. You know it has to stop. Do what's right for the children, not politics, because it's all going to come out. And like I said, it's the children and the teachers. We were here a year ago about this. You were here 2 years ago about this. And it hasn't stopped yet.
Kathleen Wagner, 1964th Street, West New York, New Jersey. My question is also like Mr. Ferranda. My daughter failed an English class in Memorial High School. She's been absent. She has legal documents. We went for her homework. She got some of her homework. Some of her homework she wasn't getting. She failed that class because she wasn't getting the homework. Like 2 weeks ago, I spoke with Ms. Mendoza, which is an excellent woman. Ms. Mendoza is part of the program for alternative. The teacher that failed my daughter says that my daughter doesn't belong in his class because she's an alternative student and she belongs in the annex section of the school. Okay? My question is, why do I have to pay this money when my daughter was absent? My daughter had doctors call the school. Okay? She had a very high fever, couldn't attend the school. Okay? My daughter's failing that class, but the other classes she's okay with. I just don't understand. This is the first time I came in front of the board since my daughter was in Harry L. Bain School. Okay? And I really feel that it's not fair. If you're absent from school, you're entitled for the education. Okay? And going to the high school, going to the library for a tutoring. She can't. She has 103 fever. I'm going to take her out of the home to go there because the teachers don't teach at your home. But other schools, they do. It's not in high school. You have to go to the library.
Well, I mean, this is some issues you have to take up with the building principal, Ms. Mendoza. The reason we go to the library is really a safety issue because there's been issues in the past, teachers going to the homes and so forth. But actually the board or myself at this time really can't answer that. You have to deal with Ms. Mendoza or the building principal. That would be my suggestion at this point. After that, you can take it further and you can come up and see me. But the first step in the command, to answer your question, family, and I understand perfectly what you're saying, is to talk to them and then, by all means, after...
I spoke with them like 2 weeks ago.
You spoke to them?
Okay, Miss Mendoza, yes. And quite a people are telling me to come see the superintendent, so I will make it my business to see you this week.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll give you my card before.
Thank you.
Carmen Pérez, 590 62nd Street. Yo la traigo a ella porque me está buscando porque no hablo con inglés.
He wants me to translate. Can I do that or?
Yeah, go ahead.
We
You said it's all right. She wants you to translate.
Ok, yo vine el mes pasado aquí
She came last month
a presentar una querella
to present a complaint.
y tengo que agradecerle al señor Mr. Fauta que de alguna forma él trató de resolver el problema, pero el problema continúa.
She would like to thank Mr. Fauta for trying to resolve her issues, but the problem continues.
El señor Mr. Fauta, si mal no recuerdo, hizo una reunión con el principal de Memorial High School y conmigo en su oficina. Él le dijo al principal que averiguara la situación que estaba pasando en Memorial High School con el grupo MAMS y con Milagros Rodríguez.
Mr. Fauta made possible a meeting between herself, Mr. Fauta, and the principal of the school.
El principal, él le dijo que hablara con Miss Colacusquio, con Miss Menéndez y que luego hiciera una reunión con Milagro, ellas dos y yo. Yo le pedí que por favor que fuera antes de que se acabaran las clases. Las clases se acabaron y no pasó nada. Él llamó a Miss Colacusquio, cuando ella le dijo lo que él no quería oír, él paró y no hizo más nada. La situación continúa.
Well, her situation continues. The principal arranged a meeting with Ms. Calapuccio, Ms. Menendez,
Milagros Rodríguez y yo.
and Ms. Milagro Rodriguez herself. And when Milagros Rodriguez, yes?
No, cuando el principal habló con Miss Colacusquio,
When Mr. Worak spoke to Mrs. Calapuccio,
ella le dijo la verdad de lo que estaba pasando.
she expressed the truth.
Y parece que él no le gustó y la situación se quedó ahí.
And it seems that he was not in agreement, or he did not like what Mrs. Calapuccio had said to him, and so he stopped the meeting right there.
No pasó nada, se acabaron las clases
Nothing happened.
y la situación continúa.
The situation continues.
Eso es bullying también.
That's bullying too.
Y porque a ningún padre le gusta que a su hijo le llamen mamá.
No parents would like to be called names.
Y mucho menos que los tengan como los tienen. Y no pasa nada.
And especially if they have them the way they have them and nothing gets done.
Yo vengo para que ustedes me orienten a dónde yo tengo que ir. Yo he ido paso por paso de lo que me han indicado, pero parece que no está en las manos de ustedes, entonces vamos a tener que ir subiendo escalones. Yo me imagino que en algún momento alguien tendrá que resolver este problema.
Please, tell me where to go so that I can solve this problem. I've been going step by step and nothing has been done. So I would like your advice into where to start to get this problem solved.
Well, I did get a call from Mr. Walrath. He would have been here this evening when he knew that Carmen was coming, but unfortunately was not able to attend. He did call me. So I will continue on the same course. You know, he told me he did meet with Ms. Calicocho. He told me that he met with the mother of one of the children, and they passed on to him that there was no findings there that warranted. That's what his words were when he spoke to Ms. Calicocho. But I will pass this on, and we will continue. I will continue with Mr. Walrath to try to resolve this situation.
Si llevamos 3 meses en esta situación, que miren, qué vamos a hacer, y ellos siguen.
Wait, if we can, just one moment. Mr. Fowler, no, this is important, ma'am. It's important that you hear what was said. Mr. Fowler, can you repeat that again, please?
Yes. Mr. Walrath called me shortly before this meeting took place, knowing that Carmen
Hold on.
was going to come.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Fowler, please. Just slowly. I don't want.
Mr. St. Gillo, if you may, I will translate.
All right, please. But just don't let him translate it bit by
Mr.
bit.
Fowler, can you repeat that again, please?
Okay. Prior to this meeting, shortly prior to this meeting, Mr. Walrath, the principal,
There.
and he assured me that he's doing everything possible to resolve this. He spoke to Ms. Calicocho. Ms. Calicocho said that there was no indication of any complaints from her. He also spoke to the mother of one of the children, and the mother expressed no complaints either.
Con todo el respeto que usted se merece, eso es mentira. Eso es mentira de él. Porque Miss Colacusio me llamó a mí y me dijo que ella había hablado con el principal y le había dicho lo que estaba pasando. Eso es mentira de él. Eso es mucha mentira de él. Con todo el respeto que usted se merece. Eso es mentira.
And just ask Carmen, what would you like me to do? She want me to set up a meeting with the individuals?
Bueno, yo lo que quiero es que esta situación pare, que esa señora no puede continuar donde está. Porque lamentablemente ella no es una persona grata. Cuando uno llega a una oficina tiene que encontrarse una persona grata, que lo atienda bien. ¿Cómo usted le va a permitir que ella le diga, el próximo condenado, los mamados, qué es eso? A los alumnos, eso es bullying.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot terminate anyone on these allegations. I would be in serious trouble legal-wise. I need something more concrete.
Ella tiene que matar a alguien, entonces para que ustedes tengan, ella tiene que hacer, díganme lo que ella tiene, que ustedes quieren que yo le traiga para el próximo meeting una manifestación de padres aquí, yo se los traigo. Porque lo que estoy diciendo es verdad.
I have your number. I do have.
No, mire, usted sabe que yo me voy de viaje. Yo le dije a usted que yo me iba de viaje el día primero, porque mi hija tiene que viajar a la familia. Todo es que hoy, que mañana, que pasado.
You're aware that I'm going to be traveling, I'm going away, I need to have this resolved. What do we need to do?
Well,
Llevamos 3 meses en esta
when you
situación.
come back from your trip, there's no students in school. The summer vacation now. We'll try to resolve this for September. I will call into my office and we can sit down and tell me exactly what you want to do to try to resolve this. You just call me and we'll do it.
Yo no voy de vacaciones, yo voy por cuestiones de trabajo, mi hija tiene trabajo.
Cuando usted regrese de su viaje, llame al señor Falca y él le asegura que antes de septiembre va a tener una reunión para resolver el problema.
Bueno, yo espero, porque ya llevamos 3 meses en esta situación. Es demasiado para tomar una decisión que es nada más que decir. Ella se ha pasado 2 años insultando al grupo, diciéndole cosas al grupo. Yo lo único que pido es que ella nos pida a nosotros los padres una excusa. Que ella nos pida disculpas. Porque ella alega que es jugando. Jugando no se insulta a la gente. Y ella sabe bien a quién ella insulta.
You've exceeded your 3 minutes, so we would have to.
Yo espero que antes de septiembre esta situación se resuelva.
I hope that before September we will resolve it.
Thank you.
Francisco Ferraro, 5206 Park Avenue, West New Jersey. I'd just like to try to clarify a little, Mr. Attorney. I think what Janice was trying to relate is that the board, by their actions which are politically motivated, with the hit list, with the demotion of supervisors, teachers, whatever they might have been, because they didn't contribute to political campaigns. So by those facts, they are creating lawsuits, which in turn, of course, your company has to charge more money. But by those actions, they're taking away programs. $175 that this family can't afford to pay for summer school because they had to go to a lawsuit because of a politically motivated agenda that the board took upon. And we're not speaking not from facts. These are facts. This is the OFAC report.
Can I respond?
Of course.
I certainly understand your frustration and anger, without question. Okay, I acknowledge it.
I'm not frustrated or angry.
Okay, well, I've certainly detected, anger from other folks,
Well,
and
you
I
can't
understand.
blame them.
Okay, no, and I don't.
Yeah.
But let me just respond very clearly, okay? What was in the OFAC report are allegations. Nothing has been proven, okay? There has not been, okay, anything adjudicated in court, okay? You cannot, on the basis of allegations, all right, determine, all right, that the case is final. All right, hold on. Now, with that said, all right, I still acknowledge that people are angry, all right, but there are a lot of allegations being hurled around.
Have those allegations resulted into lawsuits?
And they have, yeah. So I understand, but when you're saying, all right, when you're saying that the actions of the board are politically motivated, I disagree with you. Okay? I disagree with you.
Yeah, you're a lawyer.
You have you have the right to disagree with me, but I'm sure you see what we see, and we're not as stupid as these people may think.
No one.
Well, they think we are.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
No problem. That's all I wanted to.
With respect to political motivations, okay, and I know that your primary issue is, elected board and so on and so forth, and that's fine, and you're perfectly within your rights to do that. Now, just understand that in this particular municipality, okay, it has been the law for a very long time that the mayor gets to appoint board members. And it's not just in West New York, but in many other municipalities throughout the state, that's perfect.
Not that many. It's only like 20% appointed board staff.
That's fine. In any event, you have to take that into account. All right, you have to take into account that many of these board members work very, very hard. Now, and they do so without compensation. They do it only because they want to service the best interest. But let me finish. You have to let me speak.
Don't feed me that.
You have to let me speak.
I'll feed me that.
I'm listening. Hold on. I'm listening to you. You have to listen to me. That's the way it works.
Come on.
Okay?
They all are very well compensated. They all have jobs somewhere else. They're all friends of Dr. Volker and this administration. And his closest ally is sitting right next to you. Come on. So please, I apologize, but don't Don't insult my intelligence by feeding me that. Now, I want to go on to a totally different subject. I want to clear something up real quickly, if the board chairwoman would please allow me. It's something totally different. One of my colleagues a few meetings ago came up here and maybe she said a few things, but she didn't mean it in that manner. The words came out wrong, where she spoke about, it was regarding the transportation of the children from the waterfront, and she said, the waterfront people get abatements, and maybe it was either missaid or misunderstood, where the waterfront kids might not deserve bus transportation. And I just want to clarify that that's not the way it was intended, nor said, or missaid. Basically, I mean, the walk from the waterfront to up West New York is a dangerous walk. I wouldn't let my own child, who's 12 years old, walk from the waterfront to come up to school. It needs to be declared a dangerous walk so they can have the transportation without a problem. And as far as the abatements go to the waterfront, that has nothing to do with the residents. The residents from there aren't to blame for what our administration did with a developer and a deal that they put together. The residents from there aren't to blame for that. It's not their fault. There is plenty of good people down there, and definitely not their children's fault. So whether the developer got a great deal to develop down there, and the residents just came in and rented a good place, that they could afford. It's a nice area. They like to live there. That has nothing to do with the developer and the administration that made those deals. And I just wanted to clarify that to the people on the waterfront, that that's not how it was meant to come out. So I apologize, and hope you accept my apology. And the children from the waterfront definitely need to be bused, because you can't expect a child to walk from down there to school. I know I can't do it. I'll have a heart attack halfway up. And that's it for tonight. Thank you very much.
Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard? Seeing none.
At this time, before we recess to executive session, I ask the board if there's any questions on any other parts of the agenda, on the items under business and finance, curriculum, operations, or special services, which they have questions of. Are there any questions from any of the board members? Okay. Seeing none, the public portion of the meeting is not concluded. The board will now recess into executive session to discuss items which fall within an exception of our open meetings policy and permits the board to have private discussions since it deals with specific exceptions contained in New Jersey Statute Annotated 10:4-12B. This evening, the board will be discussing matters of personnel affecting current or prospective employees, matters of litigation, Marie Osmowitz versus West New York Board of Ed, and the Caneo Lopez lawsuit versus West New York Board of Ed et al. And also this evening, there will be 3 student disciplinary hearings. Be it resolved that the Board of Education will recess into executive session to discuss the aforementioned matters. Any discussion held by the board which need not remain confidential will be made public as soon as practical. Minutes of the executive session will not be disclosed until the need for confidentiality may want to exist. The board may take action on these items following the executive session. May I have a motion to adjourn to executive session?
Motion.
May I have a second? Trustee Pizzatelli?
Yes.
Trustee Rasipui? Trustee Duval?
Yes.
Trustee Alon?
Yes.
Trustee Acosta? Yes. Vice President Reyes?
Yes.
President Sears?
Yes.
We will now recess. Thank you.